Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. Coming at you today with something really small and really handy. This is the JetBeam Jet-U single AAA battery keychain light. And yes, it does have two different keychain attachment points, and as you can see, they're really quite thick. So you don't have to worry about a flimsy, hollowed out aluminum alloy post in which the aluminum alloy is actually weaker than the split ring that you use. And over time, that split ring could actually work its way through the attachment hole. Well, not on this. Yep, two different attachment holes for split rings, and again, they're both nice and thick. This is not going to fall off. And also, because this is flat, you can actually tail stand it, bounce the beam off the ceiling in a small room, and you've got a nice candle mode. However, this little guy really isn't meant for keychain carry, because when I received it, I didn't get a split ring. What I did get was this stainless steel clip, very securely attached to the light. Please ignore that little black mark. Yeah, that's not blood, that's not an injury, that's just a little bit of black magic marker that wouldn't wash off completely. So yeah, just ignore that. But yeah, the flashlight is made from Aero-grade aluminum alloy. The clip itself, however, is stainless steel, and it rests in this groove near the tail cap. And what this is meant for is that, especially for those who practice a minimalist lifestyle, this thing is so light, even with a battery inside of it, and the length is actually under 3 inches. As usual, guys, specs in the description box below. And even though this seems like a very small, simple light, there's quite a few specs for this little guy. So be sure to check that out when the video is over. But yeah, very nice stainless steel clip. Even though it's a partial wraparound, as you can see, this nice tight groove in the body means that this guy is not going to pop off on you. So that's good. And with a minimalist lifestyle, you should still carry at least 2 flashlights, because as the old saying goes, 2 is 1, 1 is none. Obviously, that doesn't apply to everything, but I can tell you from experience, it definitely applies to flashlights. Always carry at least a minimum of 2, even if you practice a very strict minimalist lifestyle. Heck, you could have this as your primary flashlight, clipped to a pocket, even a shirt pocket. Seriously, this thing is that lightweight that you could carry it in a dress shirt and it won't sag the pocket at all. So you could have this as your main light if you wanted to, and carry a small keychain squeeze light as your backup. I mean, that's pretty minimalist. The body, there isn't any knurling. What you do get is a rounded body with flats cut into a couple of places. Well, more than a couple of places. And that does help with grips. So it's not a completely circular body. Further down, you have the head, and you have this checkering. Now, unfortunately, on my camera, this checkering, at least to my eye, looks as though it's coming off rather shallow. It's not. It is functional, but just barely. It's there, it's functional, it's barely functional, but it's not just there for show. So that's good. Over here, you have the LED. Now that is not a plastic lens over the LED. That is actually a mineral glass lens. That's right, glass. Unfortunately, I think JetBeam screwed up the design when they decided to put a mineral glass lens over the LED, but then, not sure if you can see that. Yeah. I think you might be able to see it there. The mineral glass lens is not recessed into the bezel of the light. Yeah, I think you can see it right there at that angle. It's actually even with the end of the bezel. Absolutely even. You can't even feel a difference. And that's unfortunate because with a glass lens, you want it recessed. Because if this should fall and land on a pebble or a stone, you're pretty much guaranteed that's going to crack or break. I'm not saying it will happen, but it's more than likely to happen since the glass is not recessed. So that is one small disadvantage. As far as switching on the light, it's 3 modes. And this is something that you're going to either love or hate, because the 3 modes are low, medium, high, and then it goes back to low. Now, I know that there are a ton of people out there who love that sort of user interface. I don't. I prefer medium, low, high, and I'll explain why. It's simple. On something like this, medium is going to be the mode that most people are going to use. So if you can grab your flashlight and twist it once, you're going to get the output level that most people are going to use. And that's why a lot of companies have a user interface where it's medium, low, high. The most likely output mode people will use is going to be the first one. But there are a lot of people out there who they want a flashlight that always switches on in low mode first. And there are some models out there and some companies that cater to that. JetBeam, definitely one of them. So again, user interface, low, medium, high. Low is going to be 1.5 lumens. Now, that is very low, but I also know for a fact that there are a lot of people who would say, oh, that's too bright. That is too bright. I don't know what to tell you. If 1.5 lumens is too bright, for your needs, then I guess this isn't the flashlight for you. For a lot of other people, 1.5 lumens, hey, good amount of output. Medium is going to be 25 lumens, so 2 quick twists of the head to get to that after switching the light on. And then high mode is 135 lumens. Keep in mind, all of those output levels are rated lumens. They're not out the front. So for those of you for whom 1.5 lumens might be too much, good news. What you're actually going to get is going to be less than 1.5. Seriously. As for the head, on my sample, it is rather tight. So if you're looking for the reliability of a twist mechanism, but you want to be able to twist it on and off with one hand, all I can tell you on my sample, it is very tight. Not sure if it'll be as tight on other Jet-U models, but on this one, yep, very tight. So I have to use 2 hands. And again, keep in mind, the checkering is barely functional. Let's just switch it on. There's 1.5, and there's my camera adjusting to the light. I gotta admit, that does look pretty bright for 1.5 lumens. And there's medium, and okay. Well, as you can see, high mode is significantly dimmer than what it should be. So it seems that the user interface on mine is malfunctioning. Okay, that's a bit weird. Let's try this again. Okay, there we go. There's 1.5. As you can see, my camera is not adjusting because it's not too bright at all. So yeah, a little bit of a weird hiccup with the user interface. And of course it happens while I'm recording. Ah, lovely. There's medium, a bit of adjustment from my camera. And finally, oh yeah, there's high mode, and you got a ton of adjustment from my camera. So yeah. Guess that was just a weird little malfunction. Which brings up another issue. Keep in mind, this is made by JetBeam. They are overall one of the better made-in-China brands, but if you're looking for the absolute best quality made-in-China lights, then you need to be shopping for Phoenix or Olight. Yeah, those are the 2 absolute top dogs when it comes to made-in-China quality flashlights. Phoenix and Olight. I would put those 2 on the same level. Those 2, both of them king of the hill. JetBeam, it's a quality light. It's very sturdy, well made, but if you want the absolute best, yeah, Phoenix or Olight. JetBeam and several other brands are definitely a notch below those 2. Not quite sure what happened with the UI there, but as you saw, it seemed to correct itself. So, yeah. Overall, I do recommend this light. Again, if you're someone who has no problem carrying a single AAA flashlight on your keyring, then you're probably better off with a different model. If you want something that comes straight from the factory, very lightweight, very durable, and with a really good stainless steel pocket carry clip attached in the single AAA form factor, this is an excellent choice. It really is. Some people just don't like carrying a ton of items on their keyring or even any sort of extra items on their keyring. But if you do practice a minimalist lifestyle, yeah, absolutely. Something like a very small, very flat coin cell squeeze light on your main keyring, and something like this clipped to a shirt pocket or a pants pocket. I mean, this could work depending on your lifestyle. Now, if 135 rated lumens is not enough light for you, and I'll be honest, it's not enough for me, then this would still make a good backup light or a good general purpose light to help complement your tactical flashlight. Absolutely. It's extremely small, very lightweight, uses a very common battery type. And again, if you want something like that, but you don't want to put it on your keyring, well, absolutely excellent pocket carry clip, and it tail stands. And ironically, if you do want to put it on your keyring, it has an attachment point that's beefier than most, which are designed for keyring carry. That's the ironic part. But yeah, if this is something that will work well with your lifestyle, that you can integrate into your systems, if you want the absolute reliability of a twist mechanism, then this light definitely gets a conditional recommendation. Other than that, one weird moment while filming this review, I haven't had any issues with the UI, haven't had any issues with durability, just haven't had any issues with this light whatsoever. The only other small negative thing I could say, the clip is not reversible. So you can't attach it near the head to then clip it onto the brim of a baseball cap and use it as an improvised headlamp like you can with some similar lights to this one. But yeah, the clip is basically one direction only. You can take the clip completely off if you want to. So no improvised headlamp use. Other than that, I mean, it's just a really good, solid, reliable, very small flashlight that uses a common battery type. Okay, guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys soon. Please take care. It's still dangerous out there.